I remember when Will Smith put out that song with his son, Just the Two of Us.
Yep.
Listen, I would be like, turn this off now. This is too much. This is only one of me.
Just the one of me. I can make it if I try. Just the one of me. Me and me. 1, 2, 3. When Judy went upstairs, she left with no care. When Judy went upstairs, she left with no care. When Judy went upstairs.
Oh, Judy, just today's not the day, Judy.
Today's not the day.
Not today, Judy.
Not today. Right. Get
Stay
back
up there.
Welcome to When Judy Went Upstairs. It's your sitcom podcast with three friends who are also sitcom enthusiasts. I'm your host, Jeremy, and we have...
I'm Zakiya Owsley.
And I'm Cameron Crump.
And together we are all sad that Judy just keeps interrupting us. But no, today's episode is about those sitcom moments that hit us right in the feels, right in our chest, right?
Yeah.
Those moments that gave us that feeling of, wait, is this TV?
Yeah.
Right? It's affectionately titled, How Come He Don't Want Me, Man?
Mm-hmm.
It's-
Affectionately.
Right. It is about, in particularly, a episode from Fresh Prince. But we definitely are going to reference other shows, those sitcoms that, you know, they made us laugh. Some made us angry, but they also made us cry. You know, they made us feel other feelings, right? And made us wonder, wait, is this really a safe space?
Right.
You know? And I particularly wanted to highlight one of the sitcom episodes that had a huge impact on me growing up as a kid. And I believe that for many of us in our generation, this particular episode definitely hit different. So we think about TV or we think about sitcoms, we usually think about the fun times. But just real quick, what would you say are those sitcom moments that just, when you think of like heavy moments or emotional moments or pulls on a different emotion as a viewer, what are some of those episodes for you?
James on Good Times died.
Yes.
Yeah.
People make fun of it now because of the damn line.
Yeah.
But like that's
Oh, definitely. It
a
was,
heavy moment.
When she
That was a
got the
heavy
letter.
moment.
yeah.
For
Or
sure.
even on Good Times when Janet's character, she's being
Getting
Penny's
abused.
getting
Was getting abused. Yeah.
I would also say when Phil Hartman on news radio was actually killed in reality.
All right,
life.
and they played it out on.
And then they played it out, and they talked about him and like put him to rest on the show, and that was really heavy.
Yeah.
I would say that's a heavy one. Also, I would mention Maude when she was, as an older woman, she got pregnant, and they tackled the topic of abortion.
wondering if they,
Yes.
what should we do?
And I think that episode was actually so heavy that I think after they showed it the one time,
They didn't show it again.
Yeah, they never showed it again.
Yeah.
We all love Home Improvement when Jonathan Taylor Thomas's character, they went to the hospital for a checkup, and Tim and Jill were trying to hide from him that he was actually sick, and they found something, and it might be cancerous, and they went through that process, and they did like the whole review of different episodes with him, and thinking that he was going to be sick and die. That was another one.
Or Michelle Tanner when she did she fall off a horse?
Yeah, she fell off a horse.
Yes.
That was their series finale. It was a two-parter.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
two-part.
It was.
And I remember as a kid, I was like,
Will she ever get her memory back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't watch Seinfeld that much, but and they made it not as heavy. But when George's fiance died from licking the envelopes,
And I think that was terrible.
it was terrible.
It was terribly done.
It was terrible.
Because the way that they kept going back to her, like
Yes.
slowly
falling out.
falling out, and she was like waiting, slowly
What a
waiting.
way to go out, though.
What a way to go.
And he was out on the street living
Looking envelopes.
Yeah.
And wasn't it their like wedding?
It was the
invitation?
wedding invitations. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yes,
is
that
crazy.
one was not. Yeah.
I will say another. Golden Girls did a lot of heavy episodes.
Yeah,
Yes.
they did.
It's a good
One in
one.
particular, when Sophia's
Yes.
friend called and asked her, "Hey, can you sit with me while I commit suicide?"
Yeah.
You know, and that was heavy because they showed that moment. You know, I would say it is quoted a lot, and I laugh at it now, but it was huge. But Saved by the Bell, when Jesse takes
Oh,
the
yeah.
caffeine
Oh, the
pills,
caffeine
Caffeine pills.
yeah, that.
I was gonna say All in the Family too.
Edith's birthday,
When she
get sexually assaulted.
gets sexually
Yeah.
assaulted, there's that one, and then it was really sad because you don't see that side of Archie Bunker with him
Right.
crying.
Right.
But because of who I am, where he reaches under the bed for her slipper, and he cries
It's her slipper. Cameron, you would.
It takes me out.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really sad because I feel like we watched Edith, grew up with her and, all that stuff. So it was sad, and it's sad to see Archie Bunker in that space, but the slipper, bruh.
Yeah. I mean,
You
they
couldn't cry into a jacket.
absolutely.
Right.
Well,
A
it's-
blanket.
I think there's
It's
a
the
lot of
slipper.
moments like when we see our comedic characters have to show a different emotion.
Yes.
You know how well they do that, which kind of leads me into my next question. If we're looking at how sitcoms, they do comedy well, right? But a lot of times that comedy either will hide or heal the pain that character is dealing with. How effective do you think the sitcoms of today versus, previous decades, maybe the 70s, 80s, 90s, how well do you think they're doing at transitioning that line between comedy and seriousness and really dealing with real issues, or at least kind of, things that are relatable?
How well are they doing with that?
Yeah. Well, yeah, like for instance, you see shows like Abbott Elementary or Ted Lasso or Shrinking or newer sitcoms that kind of, and these are all single camera shows, right? They don't have that element of a live studio audience, but
It
they
does
still,
bring out a different emotion too.
it does bring out a
does,
different emotion. So maybe that's the question. Do you feel like the element of single cam versus multicam is making those gut punch moments worse or better?
I wouldn't say worse. Okay, single camera shows usually they're more realistic.
Right.
They're not as over the top.
Right.
And so when there are serious moments, you feel that more because it's like real life.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Almost.
Okay.
Not saying that like the sitcom moments weren't relatable, because some of them were. For instance, there was that episode of Family Matters when I think Laura got jumped,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which was then it was like, oh man, Laura got jumped. But it's like
Yeah. Squash it.
squash it. It's like extra.
The gun. And,
Yeah.
It's over low key overdone
Yeah.
and overacting. Whereas like if it were a single camera show, that would be
Definitely.
that would be more serious, more
Yeah.
intense. You would
Yeah.
see
I
more, so it's hard to say because if it's better or
Yeah. And I think the tone of the time was different because we grew up in the 80s and 90s where I think the time was more PSA heavy, right?
Yeah.
We had DARE, we had,
Yep.
recycle, reduce, reuse.
Mad.
We mad, right?
Yeah. Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
And so there's so many messaging that was pushed towards us where when we had episodes that were about gun violence or drug use or, whatever, it hit different because that was like, oh, we didn't, like you think of like the iconic news lines of our time, right? You think of like Polyclass or, where there were those kidnappings that happened where it was like everybody in the world knew about it.
yeah.
Yes.
Nowadays, you see something on your Instagram feed or you see something
Yeah.
on the news and it's like, oh, somebody's going to miss it. And they have documentaries of hundreds of children that have gone missing. And it's like, I didn't even know that this existed, right? I think the tone of the time where those heavy moments hit harder because maybe we were living in, some, illusion of peace and happiness. But reality is the world is dark and ugly.
I would also add, to the single camera thing, I think the absence of laugh track
Yeah.
also helps. It's like you're able to like kind of focus more, and you're not always just looking for something funny to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's easier. I wouldn't say worse or better, but I would definitely say it's easier to kind of hone in and focus on
Absolutely.
the drama that's happening.
And
not
audience
having to, like,
audience
laugh
response is because
That
the
too,
audience
yes.
response leads us
Yeah.
into whatever. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, are we
It
gonna
guides you.
Yeah, you know,
Does.
you hear the oh or the ooh or the
Exactly,
you know.
exactly. That reminds me of Boy Meets World when Sean he joined that
Oh,
cult.
yeah.
And Mr.
Yeah.
Turner was trying to get him out and like started loving on him more. And he didn't feel loved, and Mr. Turner had an accident and ended
Yeah.
up in the hospital, which we never saw Mr. Turner after that.
Yeah,
Mr.
probably-
Turner is still in the coma.
Yeah.
Where are you, Mr. Turner?
Oh, he's with Judy.
He's with Judy.
Oh, we need you back, Mr. Turner.
But they played a lot
Yeah.
in that. Yeah, if I remember correctly, that was a 2-part episode. But they did a lot of the ahs, oohs, and there were funny moments because Sean was looking to be loved by
Yeah.
friends and stuff like that. And so it was kind of like a little everywhere. But I do feel like the single camera, the absence of laugh tracks, no audience,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
just more focused on the situation, the way
Yeah.
to come in and do a dance.
And your
right?
own emotions.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I think the audience and the music, right? Music transitions. I always talk about the sad sax, right? Yeah. Those little music, listen, that gives you, it could take a moment from being goofy, funny, lighthearted to being like, oh, dang.
Right.
That happened.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Carl. You
Just
really
the
did
whole-
it this time, Carl.
You really did it this time.
I think Family Matters did well at bringing, because you could be irritated at Steve. They would make you feel Carl's frustration or Laura's frustration, but then you could also feel really sorry for Steve.
Yeah,
Like,
when they hurt his
yeah,
feelings.
yeah, and I think
the
that was done well with the
go
music.
home.
Right. I don't have to take this. I'm going home.
Not even that. When people, oh, I'm sorry, Laura.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to.
Right.
Carl.
I'm
Big
sorry,
guy.
Big guy.
You remember when they went fishing and
Oh yeah,
man.
And
yeah,
you got,
it fell
they went into the lake.
ice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was.
Yeah.
That was good.
And even Fresh Prince, which is what this show is about today.
Yeah.
Fresh Prince did well, right? There were moments like
Oh,
when
yeah.
Carlton took the pills and didn't realize it was speed.
The gun.
When Will got shot at the ATM.
At the
Yeah.
ATM. You owe me.
Yeah.
You owe me. I saved your life.
I saved your life, man. I saved your life. You owe me. Give me the gun. I saved your life. I want the gun.
All of those episodes, or when Uncle Phil
Had a heart attack.
had a heart attack.
Yes.
I think Will definitely stepped up.
He
in his
did.
acting.
It was
Oh,
nice
yeah.
watching
Yeah.
him grow.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It was nice watching him.
Yeah, which leads me into the episode's main title, or this is Papa's Got a Brand New Excuse, which is episode 24 of season 4. And the writers of this episode are David Zuckerman and Bill Bauer. Hopefully I said his name right. But the director and the writers wanted to give Will an opportunity to show acting skills because I think he had just did 6 Degrees of Separation. So they wanted to show his growth as an actor. And so this was one of those moments. And of course, we all know the late James Avery was a huge influence to Will
Definitely.
as an actor. And this is one of those scenes that even Will Smith himself talks about how it changed.
Sorry.
Listen, she forever. Oh, thank you, James Avery. His spirit is still here. So this episode 24 of season 4, Papa's Got a Brand New Excuse. Will is working at the Peacock. And
Peacock. We're walking down the hill. Peacock. Because we gonna talk her.
Because Carlton was the peacock.
Yeah.
But they're working at the cafe, and he meets his father, or he sees his father.
Yeah.
And when I watched it again, I was like, how did he not know that was his dad? But he hadn't seen his dad in like 14, 15 years.
Yeah.
A long time.
So at this age, he's 19, 20 years old. So he probably hadn't seen his dad since he was like 5 or 6. And so Will sees his dad. He calls him son. Will goes back to Carlton and says, I think that's my dad, right? Mm-hmm. Which is huge because us as a viewer, we had never seen Will's father. We've seen his mother, we've seen his aunts, we've seen his, we've seen everybody, his grandmother, right? Or is that his grandmother? That wouldn't be his grandmother.
No, that was Uncle Phil's mother.
Uncle Phil's mother.
Yeah.
So that was Carlton and them's grandmother.
Yeah. But we saw him deal with other family, but this was the first time we see Will with his biological dad, where James Avery or Phil, Uncle Phil, has been a father figure to him.
Yeah.
So in the episode, Lou is back, right?
Yes.
And he is letting Will know that I came to redeem myself, He takes him,
redeem.
he was trying,
After all this time.
After all this time,
Yeah.
and the family's response, Hillary, she's like, no, but why'd you leave him?
Why'd you leave?
Right. She wasn't holding anything back,
No, that's it.
Ashley and Carlton, they were happy to see him. Uncle Lou,
Yes.
Even Aunt Viv, she kind of was like, oh, Lou, you look good. And there's a conversation that she has with her sister, Vi. And Vi is like, get him out of here.
Or she's like asking, how does he look?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You can tell. And Vivian's like, well, I mean, he looks good, Vi.
Yeah,
He still look good.
yeah.
I guess.
Right. And so that feeling of like, we don't want to accept this dude.
Yeah.
And I think even because the episode goes on and Will and Lou go to a carnival, and Will sees a young boy, and his dad.
Yeah.
And he's like, Dad, whatever. And Will's,
He's laughing, the little boys.
Yeah. And I think for me, it hit hard because my dad wasn't present in my life growing up. So I knew what that felt like. I was very much like, dang, I wish my dad could do X, Y, and Z. And I mean, my dad has since, passed away, but I remember having such I remember when Will Smith put out that song with his son, Just the Two of Us.
Yep.
Listen, I would be like, turn this off now. This is too much. Because there's only one of me.
Just the one of me. I can make it if I try. Just the one of me. Me and me. You made it.
I did make it. Thanks, Daddy.
Stand you.
Me and me.
Oh, man.
This is a heavy episode.
My dad is now in a better place. He can never leave
Yeah.
me again. He is in an urn in my house. So,
Oh, he makes me so sick.
Okay. What are we supposed to do with that?
what are we supposed to do? Nothing. Just be glad I will never be disappointed again.
All right,
Listen,
man.
I love my dad. We see like Will is, I won't say falling into this like a trap, but like Will wants his dad. Like who wouldn't want their father, right?
Of course.
And Phil recognizes Lou's behavior, or he recognizes, and so he tries to warn Will
Yeah.
about like, hey, because Will's like, hey, my dad wants to take me on this road trip.
Right.
I'm about to go, and so this is, I feel like, one of the heavy moments that leads up to the moment, right?
Yeah.
But Will says to Phil, or Uncle Phil, you're not my dad.
I've been waiting for this for a long time, my whole life, and ain't nobody gonna stop me. Come tomorrow, I'm out of here.
Oh, yeah, I don't think so.
Who cares what you think? You are not my father!
And I think that hurt him.
Yeah, for sure it did.
Definitely.
Yeah, like,
I don't care what you think. You are not my father.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's
Yeah.
it.
And then he goes out the back
Open
door.
those nice doors.
Yeah, he pushes him.
but Phil, why do you think that hurt Uncle Phil? Like, what,
Uncle Phil is he's been there for Will for a long time. We, up until this point, for seasons, we've seen Will and Uncle Phil's relationship grow really strong.
Yeah.
To where Will was annoying at first, but he cares for Will. He's there providing for him. He's there guiding and navigating him through different situations. And at the same time, you know, Uncle Phil is like, he's a judge. He's a man of morals. So knowing the pattern of Lou, he's trying to like look out for Will, like be proactive over reactive. Like, I feel like I need to protect him. This is my son. I don't see him any different from Carlton. The things that I expect or want for Carlton, I also want for Will, you know? And so he's trying to keep his eyes open, stop looking through rose-colored windows or glass, and see what's happening. Like, take it for what it is. Enjoy the moment, be present, but not too much. But again, just thinking about how Uncle Phil is as his character on the show, he's definitely looking out for him and thinking about morals and how to navigate life. And it hurt him because he's like, it's like everything that I've done for you and the love that I feel for you right now is just thrown in the trash.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not even considering me at all. So that would definitely be hurtful.
Yeah, I think it's all of what you said, but also he could have been just hurt at the whole situation. That this man is coming back. He's about to break Will's heart. I already know it. I see it.
And I
can't do anything about it. I can't tell Will that this is what's going to happen because that's going to cause even more friction between us.
And then I look like a hater.
Yeah, right, for real. But like, yes, all of those things that you said, like he does look at Will like his son.
Yeah.
His son, Carlton, has a father.
Yeah.
Will had a father. I mean, Uncle Phil had a father that was present. This is probably a situation that they never saw coming.
Yeah.
If you watch Fresh Prince, there was like a episode where they did a flashback and Will was with them when he was little.
Yeah.
So like he's always been around Uncle Phil.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Uncle Phil knows Will.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't like he just moved to Bel-Air and they were just getting to know each other. You know, as he was a teenager,
But
you
he
know
knew
what I mean?
him.
But he knew him and he knows his daddy. He knows his patterns already.
Yeah.
Lou's pattern. Everybody does.
Yeah.
You know, so of course all of that would hurt him. I think it's the whole thing, the whole situation.
Yeah. And I mean, I agree. I think you all hit the nail on the head. And I think the episode like goes on because now they're both kind of in these emotionally fragile positions where Phil, as the father figure, is now having to play a backseat to watching his nephew / son experience hurt or damage, you know? And so the show goes on and the story kind of starts building to that climax where Lou comes in and he's played by Ben Vereen, a great actor, right? But even Ben Vereen said like that part was hard for him because he was a father, but he didn't experience the heartbreak, but he could feel the hurt that he was about to cause as the character, right? And I think that speaks to how good they are as actors. But the story goes on. Lou comes in to let them know that he can't take Will on the trip. And Vivian,
Okay.
she
You better get him.
Yeah. You ain't gonna hurt him, are you? Because I love to see it.
I don't want to miss that.
I don't want to miss that.
And can I just mention, I love how the writers made it so that Vivian gets her piece.
Yeah.
But she moves out the way so that the guys can handle it. She's like, she said her piece, like, if you leave, don't come back.
Don't come back.
Don't
right.
come back this
right.
time. Like this time, just
Do
leave
you
and
think
stay
that
away.
was her place to say?
I think it was good for her to express herself. She is.
To
She
him?
is.
Yeah.
That's her nephew.
Yeah, that's her nephew.
That's her nephew. Her first
This is her
nephew and only.
sister's,
Yeah.
her sister's baby daddy.
Yeah.
Let's just put it
Yeah.
that way.
Yes.
If this were my sister, I would have had a lot more choice words
Right.
for
Right.
baby
Well,
daddy.
and then I say that kind of playing devil's advocate a little bit because as the child, right, who wants a relationship, what if you down the line realize like, oh, I didn't come around because your auntie told me never to come back? right?
I don't think though.
Now, Carl.
And keep in mind though, again, there's history there.
Right.
So clearly he's done multiple things.
Yeah. Multiple transgressions.
Yeah. Right. You so saying.
Right.
He's done multiple things
Yeah.
before this. Before going missing, we know that they've clearly had a relationship before. They've all known each other, and it's at the point where they're fed up.
Yeah.
And so I think just expressing that and then moving, I think it was definitely valid.
Yeah.
Yeah, to get that off your chest, because, girl, you might not see him again.
Yeah. and I think, too, they weren't being selfish, right?
Right.
They had Will's best interests at heart. Right?
Exactly.
So the show continues, and we see Will come in as Lou is trying to make his exit.
Yeah.
And here we have to watch.
He does when he turns around, he does
patting his pockets,
Yeah.
patting his legs, whatever. Nervous.
Yes.
Tick.
Well, there's a moment before this happens when Phil and Lou have their conversation.
Yes. Are we
There's
watching
a
it?
Bull!
when he says, "You the man,
You the man.
you the better man than me."
You think I want this? It just happened.
And let me tell you, that was growing up. One of my cousins, they laugh at me because during the time when I would first see it and see it over and over again, very first time I saw it, busted out laughing.
Yeah.
Because of his acting.
Yeah.
And the way he was so into it.
Yeah.
And even Uncle Phil, bull, like the way, you can't just get him off the, like the whole acting, it was a lot and it was hilarious for me.
And I could see that also because of your personality.
Yes.
No part of this show was funny to me.
But the funny thing is, back then, the scene when Will tells Uncle Phil, "You are not my father," that part hurt me back then. That part got to me really hard. But it was this scene with the dad, with Lou, that I laughed at. But the funny thing is, like a few months ago, I was watching it, and it was 1 o'clock in the morning, and that scene came on. And I bawled. I bawled
like a baby.
Tears. I had to text my cousin. Was like, for the first time watching this, I am falling out crying. And I had to watch the episode again and bawled again. And I think it's because of just realizing the experience of my friends and family members, their relationship with their fathers, and even thinking about my relationship with my father. Like, my father's in my life, but we've had ups and downs and growing.
Sure.
So just thinking about that and growing emotionally, it hit me hard when I watched it again. And even now, I'm still kind of like, ooh, that episode's not the same for me. Like,
I think it hits hard too, just because as you're older and in different spaces
Yeah.
and living life,
it's attached to something now.
Tangible.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. So Will comes in and Lou's trying to make his escape, and they have.
I hate his escape.
Yeah,
It's so
it was-
true though.
You
That's
know,
what it was talking
and there's a point that for me I think speaks more than his final line of "How come he don't want me?" Right. So Lou leaves. He's like, okay. All right, because he knows it's a bunch of crap. He knows that this is probably going to be the last time we interact. Because now I'm a grown man.
Yeah.
I'm not a little boy anymore.
And you let me down as a grown man.
Yeah, and you let me down as a grown man, and a lot of my heart, my life, all of that is closed off. So bye.
Yeah.
And so even without being like vengeful or angry, like he lets Lou leave. But clearly there's hurt there. Clearly there's disappointment. So he has a moment with Phil, right? With Uncle Phil. I keep calling him Phil, but
you even the part though, like to what you just said, how he addresses him. He was like, see you later,
Lou.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That it was like
He doesn't say dad. Yeah. Because that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's the now I see you for who you are.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Peace out, bruh.
Yeah. Phil, his character, handles this so well because when Will starts breaking down, like, I don't need him, I've had 14 good birthdays, but I've done this, all the things. I learned how to drive. And I love the choice that James Avery makes as the father figure in that moment. He never says anything.
No.
He just shakes his
Lets him-
head in
lets him
agreement.
go.
He goes, yep. you know? Yeah. And I think because the hurt is almost tangible as an actor. And I know that Will Smith has had interviews where he talks about how difficult it was in that moment because he was trying to really impress James Avery. And it got to the point where James was like, just do it. Be in this moment, right? Yeah. And so he has that final moment of, you know, I don't need him. You know,
I'm gonna marry me a fly, honey.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have a bunch of kids. Yeah. And ain't nothing he can tell me about how to raise my kid.
Right.
Yeah.
and then it resolves to the root of the feeling is, how come he don't want me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get through college without him. I'm gonna get a great job without him. I'm gonna marry me a beautiful honey, and I'm gonna have me a whole bunch of kids. I'm gonna be a better father than he ever was. And I sure as hell don't need him for that, because ain't a damn thing he could ever teach me about how to love my kids. How come he don't want me, man?
And then that whole embrace, and then the slow zoom in to the gift that he had for him.
The hat.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the hat. Yeah.
He tosses that hat.
James, man. James
His
Avery.
choices, you know, were perfect, you know.
Yeah.
And I think it hit hard because like I wanted that. Like I didn't want to be disappointed, but I wanted the support, or to be seen, you know. And I was a kid when I watched it. Like when I got older, it was, you know, those things were different. And I will say, even in my dad's passing, I got the resolve that I needed because I had a chance to be with him, you know, before he passed away, and kind of like really vent and voice hurt and things. And I think a lot of people don't get that, you know. So I think that's huge, like having resolve. And even if my dad couldn't answer some of the questions I had, I do feel like I learned him as a grown man to the place where I could have grace and at least understanding and not carry for the rest of my life like, oh man, he didn't do, you know. Yeah. We all have choices, and I can't say I understood all my dad's choices, but I can give him grace to say, the choices you made, they impacted me, but maybe you made the best choice that you thought for you. And now my choices now are for me to live a whole life, you know, a healed, like, because I can't live life broken because of what, you know.
You did, right.
This episode in particular hits hard because I think it's so much bigger than just the show, right?
Familial relationships just in general.
Absolutely.
You know? And I think it happens with cousins, aunts, uncles, fathers, mothers. It happens all the time in like the communication and how you hold those relationships sacred. Yeah. And the way that you're brought up, and then how people respond, others respond to it, right? And it's like, are you gonna hold this up, or are you gonna let it drop? Is it like, it's like, what's happening here? And I think you said something which is so true, is grace. Being gracious and realizing, you know what, you probably you made the best decision for you, you know, and I understand that. And I think that's a great point. And I know we never got to see Lou again, of course, right? But I do wonder what that would have been like. Yeah. I know the new series explores that a lot more, but I mean, for the sitcom, I do wonder what that would have been like. And I'm actually glad that they left it at that.
Yeah. Because I don't think
it would have been like if he came back.
If Lou returned.
If Lou came back.
Again.
If he came back again.
I didn't think it was necessary.
No. I don't either. I just kind of wonder, like, where would they have gone with it?
Yeah. But what do you think about the new Bel-Air and how they revisited
and keep him around
this moment? Because they literally redid this entire scene.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't like it.
I haven't watched the new Bel-Air, so I don't know.
Yeah. I didn't like it at all. And I don't like that he's around.
It didn't work, you know. But I think it's different, too. Another single cam show. Right. That is, you know, I do appreciate there's a different take, but I agree, like, in the sitcom itself, I didn't need Lou to return.
It didn't hit either the same. It did not make the same. Now, I don't know if that's because, now, great job, Marlon.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's because it's Marlon playing that role. And so I don't know if it's that, but it definitely didn't hit like it did.
Yeah.
At least he's taller.
Yeah. But even then, I felt like it just didn't feel authentic. Even watching the remake, I felt like it didn't seem fatherly. Like Ben Vereen made me feel like, oh, that's Will's dad. Like this is a a horrible take, but he felt like a deadbeat. He came in like where
He
like
prepared for that role.
yeah, because absentee fathers always come back thinking the kid is just I'm
age.
20,
It's
I'm
still
not
the
5
kid.
anymore.
Yeah.
Don't take me to a carnival.
Bringing fire trucks.
Right.
Right. I
Here
brought
you go.
some.
Right.
When you was
I
a
have my
kid,
license.
Right.
I could drive that.
you used to love this penny candy, candy corns. So I brought you a bag of
missing
candy
teeth.
corns. I don't want no candy corns. But that's true though. Like
But
I've had
yeah.
that. I
They're
mean,
stuck in
not-
that time.
Yeah.
Even if they weren't absentee completely, speaking for myself, there is that moment, I feel like, for a parent who's not always around when they do come back around. And when you're an adult, there's that moment where you low-key have to check them. Maybe that's just me. Check my dad at one time. And be like, so I'm not 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 30, whatever.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you must treat me as such.
Yeah.
Like
You
this
will.
this is not,
Yeah.
this ain't that. This ain't
Yeah.
what that was.
We're two adults.
Grow up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I grew up. I want you to
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
well and recognize what this is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And learning, I think, as parents too, because parents are flawed, right?
For sure.
And I believe most parents try to do their best, but it's not always the best option, right?
Yeah.
In terms of, because you never know what the future holds. But I think, again, back to like having grace for your parent, right? And realizing that who you are now is not who you once were, right? So learn me as an adult. Learn me as your adult son or your adult daughter. And then also, because who my mom is now, there's things that she allows my little cousins to do that, listen,
Oh, yeah.
14-year-old Jeremy wasn't allowed to do that.
Oh,
Right.
man.
Seeing
Seeing my parents with my nieces and nephews.
they got
my
more
gosh.
patience.
Oh, my goodness.
That's across the board.
Yeah.
All parents are like that.
Yeah.
When they have
Very true.
grandchildren, and
Yeah.
it's like, what?
Where'd that come from?
5 ice creams. What are you doing? I can barely
You
get
eating
one.
sugar
What
cookies
is
for
going-
breakfast.
Right.
Right.
Are you eating cake for
Yeah.
You're
breakfast?
staying up till what?
Who gave
Right.
you that cake? Grandmommy.
Right. Yeah, that's
You know,
wild.
Can I speak on the
Yeah.
grace thing too?
Absolutely.
I think like that comes with maturity with us as a child,
As a children.
as the children, as a child as well, recognizing that, okay, for whatever reason, your parent made that decision.
Yeah.
And that could have been some generational
Yeah.
stuff. Like we don't know what Lou's backstory was.
Right.
Yes. Very true.
And as you get older, you realize, okay, I can't continue to hate you, or I
Right.
can't continue to have this feeling towards
Right,
you because
right.
you did what you did because that's all that you knew.
Yes.
And nobody taught you anything different.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then you brought kids into this world.
Yeah.
And here you go
Yeah.
putting that BS on us
Yeah.
too. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And
Yeah.
so it's up to us to break those
Yes.
generational curses and things like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that is the challenge, right? Because
Yeah.
some people feel like, well, it's not my responsibility. But I think once you become adult, so either we go separate and we go move our own our way. But if we're gonna keep in relationship with these people, we got to learn how to navigate.
Right.
you know?
Definitely. Because it has an effect on
Yeah,
you.
it
will
does.
start to affect other relationships and how you navigate
Yeah.
life. And yeah, if you don't start thinking about being gracious or thinking from that perspective
Yeah.
that you just mentioned, it will affect you. for
Absolutely.
Sure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Stunts you.
Yeah.
Stunts your growth.
Yeah. Well, I will say with this episode, I know it's heavier, a different take or style than our normal episodes.
Yeah.
But I do feel like those are the moments that sitcoms took where it's like, yeah, we used to make you laugh, but now we're going to make you think.
Yeah.
We're going to make
Cry.
you feel something a little bit,
Yeah.
right? And I mean, that's just the liberty that we take as
Yeah.
Judy's advocates.
Yeah.
But I want to thank you all for having this conversation, being vulnerable, right? And sharing kind of your own stories and all of that. And
Yes.
thank you for listening. I feel safe with you guys. So I will say this. Thank you all for listening to When Judy Went Upstairs. This particular episode, How Come You Don't Want Me, Man? We want to let you know that we do want you
Okay.
to listen and watch our podcast.
Stick around.
Don't be like Lou. Come
Okay?
back.
You think we want this?
Yeah.
It just happened.
Listen, thank you for watching with Judy Went Upstairs. Follow us on all sitcoms. Follow us on all social media platforms. Follow us on YouTube at When Judy Went Upstairs podcast, where you can find all of our episodes from beginning to end without interruption. Thank you. And again, I'm your host, Jeremy, and we have
Zakia.
And I'm Cameron.
And we're Judy's best friends.